Welcome to free awareness classes on Indian Constitution conducted by Tharananellur Educational and Cultural Society through Irinjalakuda Vivekananda Civil Service Academy's YouTube channel every day at 7 p.m. This is me, Mahesh MR. As usual, all of you, please subscribe our YouTube channel, and if you are interested in this class, please like and share it. Nowadays, we are discussing the most important part of Indian Constitution, that is fundamental rights. We already covered Articles 14, 15, 16, 17 deals with the right to equality. In right to equality, we have one more article that we are going to discuss today, that is Article 18. What Article 18 says? The abolition of titles, which means Indian government, rather Indian Constitution will not permit any citizen to use any form of titles. If the Constitution permitting the citizens to use any form of title, that will be against the right to equality. Here, in front of law, in front of eyes of law, all are equal. So if some people using the titles means that is separating the citizens. So to avoid that, the makers of Indian Constitution decided to abolish all forms of titles. One of the important reason, during the time of our independence, many people had used different titles. We know that, only 50% of areas of India ruled by Britishers directly. The rest of the Indian areas ruled by 552 princely states. And these princely rulers had used different titles. Initially, these princely states rulers were not ready to join with Indian Union. Why? Because till at the time of independence, they ruled their princely states themselves. So, if they are joining with the Indian Union, means they are sacrificing their titles, their country. That's why initially they were not ready to join with the Indian Union. But here we can see the clever or the diplomatic dealings of some of the Indian leaders, especially from the part of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He played a major role here to unify all these princely states with Indian Union. In this way, he had to provide some promises to some of the princely rulers. Firstly, allowed to use some of the titles like Raja, Maharaja, Yuvaraja, Diwan, Rai Bahadur, Rai Sahib. And also allowed some of the princely rulers annual pension on the basis of what amount of areas they had possessed. The first one, the abolition of titles that occurred when the Constitution of India came to force. The second promise was removed by the Indira Gandhi government in the year 1969 when the enactment passed in the form of Abolition of Privy Purses Act 1969. See, Article 18 contains some provisions as well. Firstly, it prohibits the state from conferring any title to an Indian or a foreign citizens except a military or academic distinction. Why military or academic distinctions? Because the military titles like general, major, lieutenant colonel, these are provided on the basis of their own merit. Like that, the academic titles like IAS, IPS, IFS are given on the basis of their merit. So, that can be achieved to anyone. Anybody can achieve such titles if they are working hard on the basis of their merit. So, except military and academic titles. And the second one says, any citizen of India cannot accept a title from a foreign country. In the first condition, Indian Constitution clearly says Indian government will not provide any title to an Indian citizen or a foreign citizen. In the second condition says Indian citizens can't accept any titles from a foreign country. Let us see the third one. Any foreign citizen holding the office of prophet or a trustee under the state cannot accept a foreign title without the consent of the Indian president. Remember here, Indian president means without the consent of the central government. And the fourth condition, an Indian citizen or a foreign citizen holding the office of prophet or a trustee under the state cannot accept a present or a gift or an emolument or an office under any foreign country without the assent of Indian president. Then here you see, if the Indian Constitution do not permit any citizen or a foreign citizen to accept any form of title, then why we are providing Padma Awards? Padma Awards means basically Bharat Ratna. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award given by our country. And Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri. And these Padma Awards started by Jawaharlal Nehru in the year 1954. But when Morarji Desai government came to power in 1977, they removed this. Again, these awards restarted in the year 1980 when Indira Gandhi came to power second time. So here you see, this became a controversial one. If Article 18 prohibiting or abolishing the titles, then why we are separating the people by providing such awards? And many people approached the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court clarified this issue in the year 1996. Here Supreme Court also upheld the validity of Padma Awards. And Supreme Court said these awards are given on the basis of their merit. So there is no problem. But they can't use this title with their names. They can't use. Court considered such awards as just an honor or an award. That's all. But if they are using with their names, that is prohibited. That also we have to understand. So, I think now you could understand Article 18 of Indian Constitution. Once again, I would say Article 18 abolishing the titles. So, I am concluding this class. All of you, thank you. Thank you very much.